What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday, and it's also Thanksgiving, so of course, today's theme, or today's, I guess, general deck, it's going to be about turkeys, which is the only turkey I can really think of, and that always pops in my head is ho. I'm not sure if it's turkey, but it looks like a turkey to me, so we're going to say it's a turkey, and it's going to be based around the deck. Now, not only is this a fun Thanksgiving gimmick deck, it's actually a really, really good deck, and I really am considering this for, like, expanded play and for standard. I really, really do like this concept. Of course, in standard, you can't play ho-oh, but it still revolves around the same thing. Let's go over the deck. Now, it's like Ho-Oh Smeargle. Like, that's all you need to know. Ho-Oh Smeargle Evital is your main engine. Now, your main attacker is going to be Evital, actually. It has the attack Oblivion Wing. It does 30 damage, and you attach a Dark Energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. We've seen this over and over again. You can actually use Darkness Blade if you want to. It does 100 damage if you need to do even more. But what you're going to do is you're going to power up your bench Pokemon with Evital using Oblivion Wing. Going to attach a Dark Energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. And to help kind of counter this, like, we know it's a Dark Energy, which you see right now we're playing Stunfisk and Terrakion, which don't really need Dark Energies. They need like a Fighting and Colors, and Stunfisk needs a Lightning Colors. But we're going to use Smeargle and actually use Second Coat. Now it says, once during your turn before you attack, you may switch a Basic Energy card attached to your active Pokemon with a different type of Basic Energy card from your discard pile. So now you can transform that Dark Energy into a Fighting or Lightning depending on the Pokemon, and you can start using their attacks pretty easily, which is great. And that's why I like this combo. I like the Evital Smeargle combo because you can power up whoever you want on the bench with Evital. Next turn, slap any energy on it, and then you can use Smeargle to Second Coat and change that first energy attachment from Evital to any energy you want. And of course, if you already had the Dark Energy, if you already attached if you had the Fighting or Lightning Energy in your hand already, you can just attach those, and you don't have to use Smeargle. But let's say you attach two Dark Energies on the Terrakion, you can change one of those to a Fighting Energy and start using its attack. Now, the way this deck works, actually, I didn't explain this, is you're going to see, like, what deck are you playing against, and then you're going to pick, like, its weakness, if that makes any sense at all. Like, if you're playing against a deck that is weak to straight Dark, of course, all you're going to do is power up Evitals. You play 4 of those, these are your main attackers, so you can't just constantly use Evital. It's also really good against Night March, except more in Standard, because they don't have new EX, and Expanded they do, so you can use against that, and also against Vespiquen, you can use Darkness Blade. It's not that great of attacking these 3 energies, but that's probably your best outs, or just use Terrakion or Stunfisk. So let's say if your deck is they're weak to Fighting, you can use Terrakion. Now, Terrakion has an attack called Retaliate. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack during his or her last turn, this attack does 60 more damage, which is 90 times 2, 180, which is knock out all the Pokemon that have Fighting weakness. And if they have more than 180, you can slap a Muscle Band onto it. So you're doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're doing 220, which then knocks out Mega Manectric, which is weak to Fighting, and that's where you want to aim for. And that's why it's in the deck. And also, Retaliate is just a strong attack, just 90 constantly, and then you can start using Land Crush the following turn if need be. We saw Terrakion really dominate the format for such a long time, and even, like, it's in the spirit, like Thanksgiving's around, like, snow and stuff, and look, Terrakion has snow. Now, your other attacker is going to be Stunfisk. Stunfisk has the same attack as Terrakion, except it's Lightning and it's 2080. It's a little bit less, like, of course, the 20 damage is less, but it still, it actually puts, okay, never mind, it's not the same, sorry about that. It does 2080, which is 100, but still, same concept. You're going to do 200 damage to a Dark Pokemon, or not to a Dark Pokemon, a Pokemon that is weak to Lightning, and then you put a Muscle Band on it, you're doing, 240, which knocks out, the Mega Rayquazas or anything you need to. So both Stunfisk and Terrakion are pretty good, and they counter most of the metagame that we see. We saw a lot of Evital, which plays, Darkrai and Evital. Both of those are weak to either Terrakion or Stunfisk. We saw Night March Flareon, Flareon, Vespiquen, which you can use Evital, or you could just use the Terrakion or Stunfisk to power them up if you need to. let's see, Mew EX is probably the hardest thing to deal with because you don't really knock it out. You have to go for a Stunfisk play because Stunfisk does 80 plus 20, then plus the Muscle Band is 120, which knocks him out. So you could go for Stunfisk. But your other kind of attacker in this deck is going to be Ho-Oh, which is our theme right here, Mr. Thanksgiving himself. Rebirth, once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may flip a coin. If heads, put this Pokemon onto your bench and attach 3 different types of basic energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon, which is great. So now, when you rebirth, you can put like a dark, fighting, and a lightning, and then you can use energy switch to move those energies off Ho-Oh to whoever he wants to, and that's a really cool combination that we have in this deck in Expanded. We sadly don't have this in Standard, but I still think even in Standard we could still get around this even without Ho-Oh. So Ho-Oh is great. And then you have Rainbow Burn. So if they are weak to grass, like Vespa Queen is, you could use Ho-Oh to actually attack them. It has Rainbow Burn, 20, and then 20 more damage for each different type of basic energy attached to this Pokemon. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 160 max. With the Muscle Band, you're doing 200, which is great. Yeah, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 200, which knocks out all. I don't think there's a. Oh, there is a Mega Sceptile. I was gonna say there's no Grass Mega, but there's Mega Sceptile. That's probably be your hardest matchup because you can't one shot them. Like you literally can't one shot it because you need 4 energies and you don't play 4 energies. So that's one thing you had to worry about. But besides that, I really do like this Pokemon line. Of course, we have the Darkrai for free retreat since we'll play somebody Dark, and 2 Shaman to help set up. And that's all the Pokemon in here. You can always change out the Striking or Stunfisk depending on the meta. If you need to play different attackers, you could do that. But that's all the Pokemon. I've spent a lot of time talking about it, but hopefully you understand this concept of Oblivion Wing to a Pokemon, then abuse a Smeargle to change those energies to whatever you want to, and then use those attacks if need be. And we're going to go over the trainers and supporters pretty quickly since they're all pretty standard. 3 battle compressors to discard energies and supporters and or Ho-Ohs. 1 computer search to search for anything. 3 energy switches kind of helps you get an attacker out of anywhere. 1 Professor to get you your energies. 1 Super Rod so you get back your Trichons and Stunfisk since you do only play a 2-2 line. If they do knock out 2, you can Super Rod the 2 back into the deck and reuse them for the deck. 4 Ultra Ball to search out your Pokemon. 4 VS Seeker, 1 Course. Usually your bench is filled up, and your opponent usually has 3 to 4, and you can easily, get 8 to 9 cards. 2 Lysander, 3 in, 4 Juniper. Just, mess with the counts of supporter cards if you want to. Now, the questionable stadium is Faded Town. And like I said earlier, you do struggle with Mega Sceptile, so Faded Town could take that knockout. And if you do with the Muscle Band's own knocking out like Mega Manectric or Mega Rayquaza, you can have Faded Town to finish them off if need be. Trichon, not so much because it does, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it only does 180, so then the Faded Town has to stay in play, come back into you. What you could change this to is into a Skyfield, so that we can have more Pokemon on your bench, because you do run out of bench spots fairly quickly since you have Smeargles and Shaman and Darkrai and your attackers, so maybe a Skyfield could be better. Let me know if you have any better ideas for Stadium card, and I'll take those into suggestion. 3 Muscle Bands to do 20 more damage, and the energies is 6, 3, 3. Of course, you're going to play heavier and Dark because you are Oblivioning Dark energies from your discard pile onto your Pokemon. If it was any, that'd be broke. But it's Dark only. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck. I really had a lot of fun recording these games with this deck. Like I said, I really do like this deck. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you pay attention and see the potential of this deck. Have a great Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a great day. And let's see this deck in action. Alright, you're playing against NGX 9000. Playing a Dark Psychic Colorless. Now, sadly, we don't have any Pokemon that can hit for Psychic, but we have plenty of Pokemon that can hit for Dark, including Lightning and Fighting, depending on what kind of Pokemon it is, and they're choosing who wants to go first. I imagine he'll want to go first. Why would you not want to go first? But we'll find out. Anything can happen. Anything is possible, and he's still deciding. It's always a tough choice if you want to go first or not. I mean, I really can't think of a deck that you want to go second. Even with, I don't know, Night March, you kind of want to go second first because you don't know if you'll get donked if they start a Latios. But okay. And, wow, our hands, it's okay. It's okay. We'll see. We'll see what we top deck. That'll be the main question is what do we top deck and what deck are we playing against? Just just waiting on NGX. I mean, we have Ultra Balls to get Shaman, maybe, if we want to. We have Computer Search that can get us a supporter, and or an Energy. There's a lot of different stuff we can think about. And we'll just wait on NGX. We can also Computer Search for a Battle Compressor if we need to, or an Ultra Ball for Shaman. Hope we hit a Battle Compressor. And that way we can discard supporter cards and use VS Seeker for it. So a lot of different options that we have turn 1, and let's see, what are we playing against? There is an Evotal and a Sigilyph. So the Evotal, obviously we can use a Stunfisk for it. So there's a Muscle Man going down to the Evotal, a Tierno, drawing 3 cards. Now Sigilyph is weak to Psychic, and sadly we don't play the Pokemon that can hit for Psychic weakness. They were seeing another Evotal coming down, a Muscle Band going on to the Evotal, and just passing turn 1. Alright, so hey, look at there, Stunfisk. Alright, buddy. Alright. So we get Ultra Ball, discard an Ultra Ball, and probably a Faded Town. The only thing that kind of concerns me if my opponent plays Hypnotoxic Laser, then he can put our Evotal asleep, and we really don't have a way to get out of that. But I think discarding the Faded Town is probably the best option. And with this, we will grab a Shaybe. There's one of the Shaybays. Okay, good to go. So grab the Shaman and use the Shaman, drawn up to 6. Okay, with the letter, we can get a Lightning and a Dark Energy, and probably should have got double Dark. Well, what we can do is Computer Search, discard a Dark and the Lightning, put both of those in the discard pile, and I'm actually gonna go. Well, maybe that was wrong as well. We probably should have. We could have kept the Dark Energy and then grab a Compressor to put it in a Dark and something else in the discard pile, but that's probably just a mistake on my part, and I apologize for that. And we could have discarded a Ho-Oh. Yeah, that was just a silly mistake on my part. And we whiff an Energy for the turn. Wait, no we don't. We can abuse Smeargle right now. But is it good to abuse Smeargle? That's the question. I'm actually not going to use put an Energy on the Evotal. Like, we could put a Lightning Energy on the Evotal, use the Oblivion Wing, or use the Smeargle to get energy out, but I think this is going to be fine this way. We're going to put Lightning Energy on the Stunfisk, and we're just going to end our turn. And you notice, I'm not going to put down the Smeargle just yet, but what will probably happen is we'll have a Smeargle and then a Darkrai on the bench for the free retreat. Then we'll see a Malamar coming down and a DC going out to the Evotal. There's a Battle Compressor, so right now this Evo is going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That is not a knockout. They receive some Dark Energy getting discarded. Maybe he could play Keldeo. Well, I don't think there's Keldeo. 100 damage on to our Yveltal. Okay, so on to our turn. We get a Shaman, but I'm just going to put down Smeargle and play Colress, drawn up to 7. And, okay, good. So we got a Dark Energy. So we can put a Dark Energy on the Yveltal. We can use Oblivion Wing, doing 30 damage. And we can power up this other Stunfisk, basically getting 2 attackers ready to go. Put a Dark Energy on the Stunfisk, and we still have the Lightning Energy in the discard pile, so we should be okay next turn. My opponent draws a card for his turn, and we will see what happens. Next turn, we can Battle Compressor, discard a Ho-Oh in the discard pile, so we can put one in the discard pile so we can use Rebirth later if need be. They receive a Dark Energy going down to Malamar, putting us to sleep. We might need a Terrakion as well. There was a Team Flare Grunt discarding the Dark off the active, which is very strange, especially if he's going to knock us out for the turn. That's a very strange play by my opponent. And, nope, he actually just opts to keep us asleep. Huh. I am so confused. Alright, not sure why that just happened. But we'll Battle Compressor. And with this, we'll discard a Ho-Oh. Probably a Fighting Energy. Yeah, Fighting Energy, and that'll probably be it for those two. We could probably discard a Lysander as well, just to get one in the discard pile, if there's one. Okay, there it is. And we have one in our hand as well. Okay, so we'll Verse Seeker, grabbing a Colress, and then we will Colress for, what, 8? No, 7. Yeah, Colress for 7. Alright, Evotal, stay asleep, but that's not really that big of a deal. We grab a Darkrai, Alright, let's think about this. We'll put down the Darkrai. And we'll just end our turn. Well, maybe we should have played the Battle Compressor to thin our deck out some more. I always forget to play the Battle Compressor. We could have discarded maybe another Ho-Oh. If there's one in there, I don't think there is, though. Well, let's see what my opponent decides to do. There's another Dark Energy on Malamar. Looks like he wants to do a Maximar really bad. Like, really, really bad wants to do a Maximar. And then we see a switch. Going to bring up that Malamar. Okay, so he's going to see a Maximar, Tails, and Head. So that will knock us out. Now, what we can try to do this turn, and what I really want to do, is get out of Terrakion, put an energy, use a Smeargle, and energy switch. So promote this Stunfisk. It's our best way to attack right now. There's an Evoltal. So Battle Compressor, and with this, we'll discard stuff we really don't need. Like, we don't need the Faded Talon, the Smeargle, or the Ho-Oh. Maybe look at the rest of the deck, though. The odds of us hitting it's going to be pretty low. It's going to be kind of hard, but we'll see if we could do it or not. We'll put a Dark Energy on a Stunfisk. We'll put it on... Yeah, Stunfisk seems fine. And we'll play a Juniper, and we need a Terrakion energy switch. Okay, cool, we got it, yes, we got it, alright. So, Ultra Ball, discard those two guys. Get a Terrakion. Put down the Terrakion. Retreat with the Dark Energy. Fighting Energy. Do we have Muscle Band? Yeah, we'll put Muscle Band, why not? Energy Switch, the Dark Energy. Up to this guy, so he has free retreat later. And we can retaliate for the knockouts. Alrighty, so there we go. We see how the deck kind of works. That's like a great showing how the deck works. Alright, so double, but our hand is like really bad for next turn. But we'll see if this Evoltal decides to attack us or not. How many energy switches are we down? I know we've already played one. Oh no, we haven't played, okay, just the one, yeah, okay, good. So you still have two left in the deck. There we see an Evoltal come up. If he does decide to Evolball us, we have this other Stunfisk ready to go. And there we see a Lysander bringing up the Stunfisk. And if he does knock us out, maybe we could pull the same combo off again. We see a knockout on the Stunfisk. And of course, we're going to promote this Terrakion. And let's see, what do we top deck? Maybe an energy switch. That's all we need. And a Juniper. Yeah, we'll put down the Dark Energy and we will just Juniper. We just need an energy switch for next turn. And, oh, we whiffed it. Okay, well, we whiffed the energy switch. Okay. Well, we can still retaliate and do a lot of damage to this Evoltal, or this is Evoltal. So put down this other Evoltal. We already have a Muscle Band, so we'll retaliate. It should do, what, I don't know, 90? Yeah, so next turn, we can put a Fighting Energy on it, actually knock out Evoltal with the Terrakion. So it's still looking great for us. Like, even though he's, oh, there's a Kangaskhan being dropped, even though he knocked out our Stunfisk, here we see another Lysander bringing over Terrakion. This is fine. I'm actually really okay with this. Because now he's going to knock out our Stunfisk. And, oh, a Dark Energy goes to the Evoltal. And they were seeing Evolball. It's going to knock out our Stunfisk. But we can set up this Terrakion, knock out this Evoltal with a Retaliate. And maybe power up this new Terrakion. Yeah, we should be good that way. We top deck a Lysander as well. Alright, so Terrakion, Fighting Energy. No, we'll keep the Fighting Energy. And what we can do next turn is Land Crush this Kangaskhan if need be. Yes, I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll retaliate for the knockout. Taking 2 more prize cards. So 1, 2. There's an N and an energy switch. Okay, cool. So we got an energy switch for next turn if need be. They see the Evoltal come up. And like I said, we can just Lysander this Kangaskhan and see a Land Crush. And they see another Evoltal coming down. There's a Dark Energy on an Evoltal. And does he have some kind of disruption? A Lysander? Nope, just an Oblivion for 50. Still kind of curious why he decided to put down the Kangaskhan EX. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know about Land Crush. But today, he will learn what Land Crush does. We'll Lysander that Kangaskhan. Bring it up to the active, put a Fighting Energy on the Terrakion, and we will Land Crush for the knockout. Alrighty, so there we go. Game 1. You can see how the deck really does function. Wow, we priced 2 energy switches, so that one turn we hit that energy switch was pretty crucial. And there you go. You can see like how the deck really does function. Like out of nowhere, we had a Terrakion powered up. We got the energy switch in the energy, which is really cool. We really didn't use Ho-Oh, And it's kind of hard. Like, Ho-Oh is definitely viable. It's just hard with the bench space being pretty full. You could maybe play Skyfield instead of the Fade Town. Maybe that could be a cool card to play. But we'll see another game with the deck here in a second. Alright, you're playing against Eric Nance, playing an all-fire deck. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Eric Nance. Really good Pokemon player. And we won the coin flip. So what is metal? I don't know. It could be anything, especially with Eric. So let's see what happens. Wow, this hand is pretty bad. But we can start Smeargle. It has a 1 energy retreat cross, and we have the dark energies to retreat it. Nope. And let's see what happens. What? Oh, Jirachi. Okay. Alright, so we will Battle Compressor. Discard. We have a decision. Like, we either discard supporter cards. I'm going to discard a Ho-Oh. Dark and Lightning. And we'll go for Rebirth. Yes. Alright, so we got a Ho-Oh out. We get 2 energies. Oh, there's 1. And there's 2. Put a Dark Energy on the Smeargle. And we will pass. No, put a Dark Energy on the Ho-Oh. And we will pass. Okay. Alright. So we'll pass. And on to Eric's turn. And let's see. I mean, all we know right now is that he's playing Jirachi. That could mean anything. But the good thing about Jirachi is... Oh, Crush and Hammer. No, Eric, don't do that to me. Oh, why would you Crush and Hammer? Maybe he's playing a Durant deck. That could be easily... I know he's always been a fan of Durant's. So, see an energy get discarded. Oh, second card. No, don't flip. Oh, no. Oh, man. 2-0. Crush and Hammers. Why would you do that to me? Oh, man. Like, we were fine with 1 because we could attach maybe Rebirth. Well, we can't Rebirth. Never mind. We were in a bad situation regardless. There we see a Sycamore. He discards Xerosic, Teammates, Revive, Crush, and Burst Seeker. There's a Trainer's Mail. He is probably digging for a... What is it? Some kind of Pokemon, like a Durant. Because if not, Jirachi will get knocked... Well, it won't get knocked out, but there we see Level Ball. Probably going to grab a Durant. I imagine he's playing Durant. There we see a Level Ball. And let's see what he gets. Man, 0 for 2 on Crush and Hammers. I mean, 2-0 on Crush and Hammers. That's just amazing sometimes. Yep, there's a Durant. So, okay. This is going to be tricky. Especially since we have Super Rod already in our hand. So, Durant comes down. And... an energy. Is that a shield? Nope, just a regular energy. Okay. And probably just pass. So, let's see. We top deck... Oh, we top deck a fighting energy. That's not what we need. Well, we could put a fighting energy in the Ho-Oh. And... pass for our turn. We could go for a beat for 30, but I don't know how great that is. I mean, we could two-shot the Jirachi. But that's whatever. We'll see. We know he probably plays Team Flare Grunt, but he has 2 more Crush and Hammers in the deck. Okay, so let's see. If we top deck an Ultra Ball, that'd be great, because then we can Ultra Ball, discard the Ho-Oh and Energy, and then grab a Shaman. There we see it. Oh, he plays it in! Thank you, Eric! Thank you! Oh my goodness, our hand was so bad. Alright, so let's see what we top deck now. Alright, so we get an Ultra Ball, we can grab another Ho-Oh, put it in the discard pile. There we see a Head Ringer. Is that a Head Ringer? Don't tell me that's a Head Ringer. It's a Head Ringer. Okay, so we see retreating to the Durant, and we're going to see a Devour. Nope, Trainer's Spell first. So don't forget the Trainer's Spell. Burst Seeker. Okay. And they receive Devour. Going to discard a Chorus. Alright, so into our turn. We get a Faded Town, which is pretty much useless. Man, we hit the... Okay. Let's see. So we got 2 energies. Alrighty. What can we do? We're going to Ultra Ball, discard Faded Town, and a Juniper. I think what I'm actually going to do is grab an Evital. I think that's a better option. So grab an Evital. Putting it down. Energy Switch. We could put any energy from this guy onto the Evital. We'll put a Muscle Band. Put down the Faded Town. It doesn't really matter. And we'll play the Juniper. All we need right now is an energy. There we go. So we got the energy. We can put the energy down. Retreat. Retreat into the Evatol, and we can use Smeargle's second coat. We didn't see this last game, but here it is. This is how it works. And we'll grab a Dark Energy. Okay. And we will use Oblivion Wing for 50, and just putting another energy onto that Ho-Oh. Of course, putting the Dark Energy on the Ho-Oh. Sorry about that. So Dark Energy goes on the Ho-Oh, and onto Eric's turn. Alright. But once we get this Ho-Oh powered up, we'll probably have a good shot of beating this deck. But we'll see. It's going to be close, especially if he plays like multiple Trick Shovels and how many Team Flare Grunts he plays. But there's a Jirachi coming down, which is great for us. We can easily just Lysander that up and take a knockout with Ho-Oh. So let's see what the Jirachi goes for. It could go for a Team Flare Grunt, but it goes for Bridget or Brigetti. You know, whatever. You know, if you want to say Brigetti, if you want to say Bridget, it's fine either way. But they receive 4 Durants. Oh, that's so scary looking. All right, energy go down to the Durant. We see a catcher. Heads. Gonna bring up that Smeargle. And oh man. And I receive a treat into the Durant. And we'll see a Devour, discarding 4 cards off our top of deck. And there's a Ho-Oh, which we can reuse for later if need be. We'll grab a Dark Energy, Lysander of this Durant, retreat into the Evatol, and we will Oblivion Wing once again, doing 50, knocking it out, taking our first prize card. And next turn, we can start knocking out these Durants. We can have the Professor Letter search for an energy. But do we have enough time or not to win the game? I think so, especially with this Jirachi being in play. But they will see a Durant coming up. There's a Tool Scrapper. Going to get rid of that Muscle Man off the active. They receive Super Rod. Going to get that Durant back into play. And probably the Metal Energy with it. 2 Metal Energies, okay? They receive a Verse Seeker. This could just grab a Sycamore. And he's going to Sycamore and draw a whole new 7 cards. Alright. What if he decks out before us? That'd be pretty interesting. They receive a Crushing Hammer. No, he's... Oh, what? Stop it. Please stop. Please, Eric, stop. Please, Eric, stop. Help me. Oh, man. Okay. Alright, so I see another Crushing Hammer discarding. He's 3 and he's 3-0 on these Crushing Hammers right now, which is great for us. Man. Okay, and he got rid of our Muscle Man, which is not... Oh, it actually is a really big deal, because now we can't 2-shot these Durants. They receive a Level Ball. He's going to Level Ball for another Durant. And we're going to go down to 22 cards. We just need a top deck and energy switch. Another catcher! Oh my goodness, Eric! Why do you keep doing this to us? And no, my Super Rod got discarded. Oh no, man, it's going down here really quick. Alright. Okay. Well, we have a plan this turn. We can letter, grabbing, and energy. We just need a single energy. He just realized who it was. Oh my goodness, he's such a good friend. Alright, so we will rebirth. Please give us Hez. Yes, alright. So we get back 3 energies. There's 1. There's 2. And there's number 3. Alright, so there we go. We're back in the game. We got a Ho-Oh ready to go. We'll put a Dark Energy on the active. Retreat into the Ho-Oh. And we will Rainbow Burn for the knockout. I'm saying I'm better now. Okay. Alright, so down to 4 prize cards. There's a Juniper. We can license up this Jirachi, but I'm actually going to focus on knocking out these Durants first of all, because there's our biggest threats. But hopefully, he does not play another catcher or another Crushing Hammer get heads. Oh my goodness. If he flips another... Oh my goodness. There's a Super Rod. Going to get that Durant back into play. Is that a second one? That is a second one. Oh my goodness. And there's a Sycamore. Okay, so no Team Flare Grunt, but let's see. Does he have another... what is it? Oh no! No, stop it! And there we see a Devour. Okay, no energy switches though, so that's good for us. There we see a Fade to Town. And what we're going to do is, I guess, we'll Verse Seeker for a Coerce. And Coerce grabbing a bunch of new cards, and we need an energy to attack this Durant this turn. Okay, good. We got one. So we can put a lightning energy on this guy, and we can rainbow burn for the knockout, going down to 3 prize cards. And will we have enough momentum to win the game? We'll take a... Oh, no, not that card. I always want that card. I always go in order. All right. Do we have a Lysander in the discard pile? We do. Okay. As long as he doesn't AZ up this Jirachi, we should be able to win this game. But he does have one more Crushing Hammer and Team Flare Grunts, so anything is possible. And probably more catchers. He's played 2 so far, and it wouldn't surprise me if he plays 4. But now his Devour is only going to 2-2. Whoa, watch out, Earthquake. We see a Verse Seeker. This could grab a Team Flare Grunt, like I said, to discard energy off the active. Or he could go for... Oh, what's he grabbing? What's he grabbing? No, I didn't see it. No, Eric, show me what it was. No, Eric. Okay, we'll find out here in a second. Teammates lets him grab 2 cards out of his deck. Any 2 cards he wants to. He'll probably grab that 4th Crushing Hammer. Don't you do a Crushing Hammer and a catcher. Oh, my goodness. And he'll probably flip double heads. Eric's been really lucky tonight. Okay, 2 cards. We can't see what it is, of course. And let's see what happens. Show me the money. There's a Crushing Hammer. No, my goodness! He's 4-0 Crushing Hammer heads. Oh, no. Okay. So, yep, there we go. A 4th one gets discarded. And there's a catcher. Oh, please stop. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pokemon. And there we see a Devour discarding 2. And on to our turn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Verse Seeker right now. And we're going to Lysander this Jirachi while we have the chance. So we'll Lysander... Bring up the Jirachi, and this Rainbow Burn should knock it out. It's going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 160. There's another Dark Energy, and we will Rainbow Burn for the knockout, doing 160 damage. There you go, Jirachi. And it'll take 2 prize cards, going down to 1. And there's a Computer Search, a Shaman, and it looks like we might have this game bagged up against Durant. Oh, man, this is a very scary matchup. But there we see your Peep Ball. Oh, can he win this turn? I think the max he can discard is 8. It could be wrong though. There's a Team Flare Grunts. All we need now, we have Computer Search as long as... Oh, he can't end us. He can't end us, so that's good. We should have either an energy or a... Oh my goodness, we'll find out here in a second. Okay, let's see. Do we have it? Do we have something? There's an Ultra Ball. We'll Computer Search, discard these 2 guys. Please let me have something. Okay, we have energy switches. Okay, good. We're good to go. We'll grab an energy switch. We'll energy switch from the Ho-Oh. Yeah, so we get the energy switch to this guy. Did I do it right? Alright, so we'll energy switch those 2. We'll even use Second Coat. We'll show it off one more time. We'll move a Dark Energy and we'll put a Lightning Energy on it. Can we give it another energy? No, that's the max we play. And there we go. We'll see a Rainbow Burn for the knockouts. Alrighty. So we saw the power of Ho-Oh and how it knocked out the Yveltal and Malamar last game. And this game we saw just the power of Ho-Oh. Not really the Ho-Oh. It's just kind of weird matchup for sure. But we saw 2 games with this deck. We saw definitely game 1 how it worked. And game 2, we got to show that game. We got to give a shout out to Eric. Good friend of mine. He's really good at Pokemon. He doesn't really play that much anymore. I remember correctly. I know last year he said he can't play that much, but he's still a really good player. Always a great fan, and good to see Eric. We play sometimes online randomly, and he always says the same thing. He's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice you there." But good match against Eric. Of course, we'll keep it. And you can see the power of Durant, especially with Brigetti, Bridget, whatever you want to call it. It's good to go in that deck. But I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you like this deck, the Ho-Oh Smeargle combo. I really, really do like it a lot. I just like how you can basically have the potential to power up anything in one turn. I mean, last game we saw all of a sudden we got a Terrakion out of nowhere, powered up and took a knockout, which is great. And that's why I really do like this deck a lot. It has a lot of potential. It just does it have the same potential in Standard? I think so. So look out for it in Standard. But hopefully you have a great Thanksgiving once again. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye.